Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into the Charlotte Motor Speedway for round number 2, the kickoff for round 2 of the XFINITY Series Chase, as we'll be getting ready for the job for the Kia 300, a 26-lap race here on this 1.5-mile track in Concord, North Carolina. I'm Ray Griffin here in the broadcast booth, giving you live coverage of today's job for the Kia 300. And this is the first race of round number 2 of the chase. Only 4 races remain until we'll be crowning ourselves a champion for 2016. But now, only 8 drivers remain in the battle for the championship. After last weekend's race at Dover, 4 drivers were eliminated, and 3 of them were from the same team, Roush Fenway Racing. And now we have the number 19 Interstate Batteries Toyota Camry of Daniel Suarez on the pole. And for the first time in the chase, all of our drivers in the championship battle are on equal playing field. Now remember, when we entered round 1, a couple of drivers had more of an advantage over some of the other drivers because they had wins in the first 20-some races in the regular season. But now, everybody is tied with the same number of points, and it's going to be a dogfight to make the final round, the round of 4 at Homestead Miami Speedway. Now we'll be racing here at Charlotte, Texas, and Phoenix for round 2, the contender round. And should a championship chase driver win one of these next 3 races, they are automatically in to that final 4 at Homestead to run for the 2016 XFINITY Series Championship. Now I am currently using a new headset, so let me know in the comments down below if you are kind of like hearing a little different sound. I am using some new headphones, a new headset, so let me know in the comments below. On road number 1, we talked about Daniel Suarez on the pole. We have the 22 of Brad Keselowski, the driver and team that won here in the spring. And running out your top 5, Carl Edwards, Ty Dillon, and Eric Jones, your top 5. Darrell Wallace Jr., Austin Dillon, James Busher, Ross Kenseth, and Ryan Truex, your top 10 on the starting grid. 26 laps of racing here to be ran at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Let's sit it down trackside for the command to fire up these engines.
Drivers, start your engines!
As the command has been given, the pace car will now lead the field onto the track so they can complete their pace lap before we go green. Daniel Suarez on the pole. I believe this is Suarez's 5th pole of 2016. It's been an incredible sophomore year for the driver out of Monterrey, Mexico. Daniel Suarez on the pole. Brad Keselowski won this race in the spring. Carl Edwards and Ty Dillon, Eric Jones and Darrell Wallace, James Busher, Ryan Reed, Brandon Jones, no longer in the hunt for the championship. 26 laps to be run here tonight. At the top of your screen, you should already be seeing your starting grid. We have 4 drivers who failed to qualify for tonight's race. We have a total of 44 entries, and running at the field is going to be the 13 of Timmy Hill and the 70 of Derek Cope. Tomorrow night, the NASCAR Spring Up Series will continue their chase for the championship with the Bank of America 500. That'll be tomorrow night, the kickoff for round 2 for the NASCAR Spring Up Series chase. A couple of our drivers in tonight's race will be in that race tomorrow, like Keselowski, Edwards, Austin Dillon, and Casey Kane. They make their way from turn number 4, and the contender round starts here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Down to the line, we're underway here. And the 19 of Daniel Suarez gets a pretty good jump on the inside line, but Keselowski not going away just yet. Racing down into turn 1, side by side is the 19 of Suarez, prevailing on the inside to clear the 22 and take the lead off turn number 2, and Edwards and Jones make contact. And BJ McLeod and Ryan Ellis making contact in the back outside the top 30 as Keselowski moving to the inside for the lead. Side by side, Brad Keselowski, 19 of Daniel Suarez side by side, and Brad will lead lap number 1 as they're nose to tail side by side, and we are now under caution on lap number 1 here at Charlotte, and this one is involving a couple of cars The 17 of Ryan Ellis involved. The Rickwer Racing Chevrolet, Derek Cope, Timmy Hill, and one car on the apron. That's the 14 of Josh Rayum. And they're wrecking under caution here. Johnny Saunders around and Mason Mingus. And heavy damage on the front end of that 44 of J.J. Yaley. Yaley, heavy damage from that Zachary Toyota Camry. But we are under yellow, and I don't see any of our championship contenders involved. But it is the 17 of Ryan Ellis. Ryan Ellis will be moving up to the NASCAR Spring Up Series in 2017, driving for BK Racing, but trying to finish this season off on a high note for Rickwer Racing. But he's going to get turned by the 90 of Tyler Young, and upside down goes the 17 in front of the 13 of Timmy Hill and the 70 of Derek Cope. A wild ride for the 17 of Ryan Ellis after contact from the 90 of Tyler Young. And Young in that 90 car is currently top 30 in points. That 90 car is. And Ellis, I don't believe he made contact with Josh Rayum, but the 14 certainly got sideways when Ellis went around. But that 17 trying to get around that 90 in the top 30 in under points, but this will not help with another DNF coming to Ryan Ellis' way here tonight at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. His day is done, as we're just one lap into the job for the Cure 300. Well, while up front, as they were racing to the line, the 22 of Brad Keselowski is your leader. Daniel Suarez, Carl Edwards, Ty Dillon, and Darrell Wallace Jr., your top 5 here at Charlotte. 5 laps now been put on the board. We're getting ready for 20 laps of racing left to go when we go back here to green in just a short matter of moments. One driver is out of the race, the 17 of Ryan Ellis. He's done for the night. Not too happy with the 90 of Tyler Young after contact in turn 3 and 4, which sent that 17 car around and eventually took that car to the garage on lap number 1. Brad Keselowski leads Daniel Suarez, the highest chase driver, while a back-to-back Spring Up Series winner, Carl Edwards, Ty Dillon, and Darrell Wallace Jr. make up your top 5. Eric Jones, James Busher, Austin Dillon, Ross Kenseth, and Casey Kane, your top 10. Ryan Truex, Brandon Jones, Cole Custer, Blake Cook, Ryan Reed, Chris Busher, Elliott Sadler, Brendan Gunn, Josh Berry, and Brendan Poole, your top 20. Then Clements, Witt, Sieg Chastain, and Mason Mingus, your top 25. We had 39 cars remaining on track. The 44 Yaley does not even have a hood on that Zachary Toyota Camry, but he remains on track. And Brad Keselowski brings him down to the line to get us back underway from Charlotte. And Suarez got a pretty good jump to the outside line. That may be a bad call. Here comes 2 more cars on the inside of the 19. 3 wide for second. Ty Dillon on the inside of the 20 of Carl Edwards, and the 19 of Suarez drops to 4th. Ty Dillon trying to get a win to punch his ticket into that Final 4 at Homestead Miami Speedway. And Ty Dillon on the inside for second place. Eric Jones 3 wide. All just on that white line in turn 3 for Jones, trying to pick up a spot from that 3 of Ty Dillon. And they're 3 wide yet again. Ryan Truex, Casey Kane, and the 80 of Ross Kenseth. And they're 3 wide yet again. Suarez in the middle. Ty Dillon. That's Darrell Wallace on the bottom. Austin Dillon trying to make it 4 wide. They make contact. Wallace sideways. And there goes Brandon Jones and Chris Busher in the grass. They Busher. Jones into the inside. Jones out the track into Ryan Sieg. It's a huge crash here in turn number 1. And Brandon Jones in the cat's fence. As it's a huge pile-up here in turn number 1. A wild ride for Chris Busher, one of our championship contenders, and the 2 car of Brandon Jones. A scary crash here, and the caution is out. They're racing back to the line. What a mess that was. And Brad Keselowski will hang on to the top spot over Daniel Suarez and Erik Jones. Well, this is certainly one of the biggest crashes of the year. Not really by the number of cars, but just by the impacts that were taken. Ray Black Jr., Ryan Sieg, it all started here off turn 4. 4 wide, gone bad. Edwards, Kane, Brandon Jones, Chris Buescher. Buescher got a little bit too aggressive, trying to make it 4 wide, and Jones bounced off Casey Kane, went down into Chris Buescher. And watch the 60 of Buescher just spin out, trying to slow down. Jones hits the inside wall. Buescher, his car did not come back up on the track, but the 2-car of Jones did. And it's going to be a scary ride for the rookie Brandon Jones. Hits the inside wall, up the track, and Ryan Sieg, Ross Chastain, John West Townley, Reed Sorensen, Jed Burton. I mean, this is Ray Black Jr., Johnny Sauter, Ray Hume. I mean, what a mess. No doubt one of the hardest crashes and sort of hardest hits we've seen throughout the entire year. And that is just a scary ride for the rookie Brandon Jones out of Richard Childress Racing. Chris Buescher, when he hit the inside wall, his car like stalled. He did not move after that. But let's go on board with that 39 of Ryan Sieg throughout this entire thing. On board with Brandon Jones off turn 4. I mean, these cars back here, they did not even slow down. I mean, Ray Black Jr. did not slow down at all. Ray Hume did not slow down. I mean, none of these guys slowed down in the back, and that is a safety problem. These cars should be slowing down. And Chris Buescher, the first Chase contender to run into problems here tonight at the Charlotte Motor Speedway, and his day is over, and it's going to be a big point implication problem for Chris Buescher as he tries to defend his NASCAR Xfinity Series title at the end of the year. Ray Black Jr. joins Ryan Ellis behind the wall, but he's not the only one. Reed Sorensen done for the night. Brandon Jones, Chris Buescher, Ross Chastain, Ryan Sieg, and the 44 of J.J. Yaley. They're all done for the night, leaving us now with 32 cars left to battle it out in the remaining 14 laps of racing when we get the green flag. Brad Keselowski leads. Daniel Suarez, Erik Jones, Darrell Wallace, Ty Dillon, Austin Dillon, James Buescher, Ryan Truex, Cole Custer, and Casey Kane. Your top 10 here at Charlotte. Back live, getting ready for the restart here, which will have about 14 to go. We're about a lap away from hitting the halfway point in this race. Brad Keselowski trying to pick up some stuff and learn some stuff from tonight's race and transfer it over into tomorrow night's Bank of America 500. Brad Keselowski currently running for the title, his second title in the NASCAR Spring Up Series. That will be tomorrow night, the Bank of America 500, the 30th race of the NASCAR Spring Up Series season. Brad Keselowski running double duty. So is the 20 of Carl Edwards. Yeah, Chris Buescher, who is out the race, running double duty. Austin Dillon, Casey Kane, Elliott Sadler. Some guys are trying to get a little bit more seat time and prepare for tomorrow night's big show, the Bank of America 500. Next week in the NASCAR Xfinity Series, we live from actually nowhere next weekend. This series will be off the next couple of weeks. The next race will be the Texas Motor Speedway. That'll be in about 3 to 4 weeks, almost a month, until the next Xfinity race. But we're going to be back on the way here. Brad Keselowski in front of the 19 of Daniel Suarez. We're back on the way. Austin Dillon now moving on the inside of the 3 of Ty Dillon and moving inside the top 5, but not quitting there yet. Here comes Dillon on the inside of the 6 of Darrell Wallace Jr. Eric Jones on the back of his teammate Daniel Suarez in the turn 3 for second place. Suarez at the track, Jones to the bottom. And they're both catching that 22 of Keselowski. Look at the run on the outside of the 19 of Suarez. James Busher, Darrell Wallace, two drivers who saw their championship hopes go up in a crash at Dover last week, and now trying to just fight for wins in the remaining races like this. Eric Jones to the inside trying to get that lead away from Keselowski. Bradwell had that momentum coming off turn number 4. And look at the roommate Austin Dillon, 3-1 off the corner. They make contact. The 19 and the 11 make contact. Jones hangs on to second place behind the 22 with Brad Keselowski. And look at Suarez through the middle of that 19 car. And he's getting some time on that 11 and the 33. Darrell Wallace behind then, James Busher, Cole Custer in the middle, Ty Dillon up top, Carl Edwards on the bottom, Casey Kane's there in the 88, they make contact, and the 20 and the 88 make contact, but they save it. And 3 wide yet again, look at Darrell Wallace Jr. on the inside lane. Darrell Wallace Jr., a great run. James Busher, look at that one car, and Suarez is in the wall. 19 of Suarez is in the wall, does he have a tire going down? Issues with the 19 of Daniel Suarez. He drops outside the top 10 as James Busher, Darrell Wallace tries to get around the cut driver of Austin Dillon. 3 wide. Oh, they make contact. There they go. Casey Kane's around in front of Ryan Reed. Daniel Suarez is involved. And there's another pileup. Jeremy Clements is upside down. Mason Mingus. And they're racing back to the line right now. Brad Keselowski, Eric Jones, Darrell Wallace, James Busher, Austin Dillon, Ty Dillon, Cole Custer, Elliott Sadler, Brendan Gaughan, and Carl Edwards. But another championship contender takes a big hit. It's the 19 of Daniel Suarez. Look at the damage in that 19 of Suarez. One of our championship favorites coming into the chase. 4 wins this year. Earned his 5th pole of the year. Had a great run going, but it ends up possibly going behind the wall after contact from Casey Kane off turn 4. Right there, Kane gets into Suarez, sends him down into Josh Berry, one of our another championship contenders. Kane spins out Ryan Reed, Jeremy Clements, Ryan Truex just nicks by, but Blake Cook gets involved. Cole Witt comes in, Ryan Preece, his teammate Michael Self, Mingus, and McLeod. I mean, it's just a pile up. Clements and a lot of guys going behind the wall. At the end of this race, there's Rayum on the brakes right in the back of Clements. And the 84 of Mason Mingus is now taking his car behind the wall. So has the 21 of Blake Cook and the 28 of Cole Witt. And now the 19 of Daniel Suarez. So most likely Suarez will finish 29th or 30th in this race. So Chris Busher, Daniel Suarez finding themselves in a hole. 2 drivers who we thought would be in that final 4. Busher and Suarez were locked. Well, the only 2 drivers who came out of round 1 locked in automatically either on a win or via points from the regular season. So, I mean, the 2 drivers who entered Dover last weekend as the only one safe or now finds himself on the outside looking in as we leave here from Charlotte. And after all the mess, it is still the 22 of Brad Keselowski leading. Eric Jones, it's going to be a great point save for that 11 of Eric Jones. And Darrell Wallace, Austin Dillon, James Busher, Ty Dillon, great run by Cole Custer, Elliott Sadler, Brendan Gaughan, Carl Edwards, Brendan Poole, Josh Berry, Casey Kane, Ryan Truex, Kenseth. How about B.J. McLeod, 16th, Joey Gates, 17th, Tyler Young, 18th, Josh Rayum, 19th, and Johnny Sauter, your top 20, that GMS Racing number 23 entry. And Jeremy Clements has taken his car behind the wall, so Daniel Suarez will finish 29th tonight here at Charlotte, as only 27 remain on track. Okay, we are going to be getting ready for yet another restart here at Charlotte. The 22, Brad Keselowski, trying to sweep the races here at Charlotte. He won here in the spring with Cooper Standard as the sponsor. Tonight it's the discount tire Ford Mustang leading the 11 of Eric Jones, looking to punch his ticket into the Final Four. Darrell Wallace, no longer a championship contender. Austin Dillon, a cup driver. James Busher, no longer a championship contender. But then you got Ty Dillon, Cole Custer, Brendan Gaughan, Josh Berry separated by just a couple of points. Ryan Truex threw him in the mix. They can all still get a good finish. They're all 6 of our 8 chasers right now inside the top 14. Ryan Reed is also taking his car behind the wall, leaving us number 26 on track. All of them are on the lead lap. Ryan Preece, the last one. They come from turn 4. Be 5 to go. Will we see another yellow? Will we have to go overtime? We're about to find out those answers as we're back underway. And a great jump by the 22 of Brad Keselowski. Cole Custer now jumps to the inside of that 3 of Ty Dillon. James Bush on the inside of Austin Dillon. Darrell Wallace on the bumper of that 11 of Eric Jones. Darrell Wallace may not be running for the title no more, but he still has never won a race in the NASCAR Xfinity Series. Will it come tonight? Trying to get second away from Eric Jones. They come from turn 4. 4 laps remaining at Charlotte Motor Speedway. How about Cole Custer in that top 5 now? On the bumper, that 1 of James Busher. Here goes Darrell Wallace for second. Darrell Wallace Jr. for second place on Eric Jones. Cole Custer trying to get around James Busher for 4th. And how about that 43, Elliott Sadler inside the top 5. These cut drivers like Austin Dillon, Casey Kane, Brad Keselowski, they have to know that these drivers are running for a championship. I know they want to win this race bad, but they got to be careful, not do something dumb and take somebody out of the title contention like this. 3 wide, Austin Dillon and Sadler. Ty Dillon made contact. James Busher drops back, loses his momentum. And I see us having another yellow. These cut drivers very aggressive. Then you got Elliott Sadler in that 43. What a great run by Elliott Sadler. Driving that 43 for Richard Petty Motorsports. We have not seen no speed out of that car all year long. And Wallace still unable to get around that 11 for second place. It'll be 2 to go. This time by it'll be white flag. Next time around, James Busher in the wall. 3 wide for second, Austin Dillon on the inside. Incredible racing here at Charlotte. And we'll be coming to the white flag this time by. Jones made contact with the 6 of Darrell Wallace. The white flag is in the air. This race will end right here on a green flag stretch. Look at Custer in the middle. Oh, 4 wide for second place. Elliott Sadler, they made contact. Custer spins in front of Eric Jones. Cole Custer, James Busher's involved. And Custer, can these drivers avoid the 0-0? A title possibly going away from Cole Custer, while the win will go to Brad Keselowski. Brad Keselowski wins at Charlotte. Austin Dillon second. Ty Dillon, or Elliott Sadler, will come on 3rd. Ty Dillon and Brendan Gaughan, the driver who sneaks up into the top 5. Then Carl Edwards, Brendan Poole, Casey Kane, Eric Jones, and Ryan Truex. Joey Gates, 11th place finish for Joey Gates. Johnny Sutter, what a lot of these drivers getting great runs for their teams, and Joey Gates, 11th place for that number 52 Donate Life Chevrolet. That is a great run by Joey Gates. Tyler Young, a great run. Johnny Sauter, a great run. Michael Self, Derek Cope, B.J. McLeod, and Cole Custer and Josh Berry also had issues in the closing laps. He will come home 25th. So the 2 Junior Motorsports Chevrolet rookies of Josh Berry and Cole Custer, along with Daniel Suarez and Chris Buescher, right now finds themselves in a hole. And here's the contact. Cole Custer and Darrell Wallace up the track, wrecking, slows down Eric Jones. That 11 car lost a couple of spots right there to the 20, the 62, the 42, the 88, the 98. That 11 car lost some pretty good amount of points. And Berry, he's off pace. What happens to that 7 of Barry? Oh, he comes down pit lane. Instead of coming to the line, Josh Berry comes down pit road and gave up what could have been a 11th place finish. I don't know what that was, why he done that, but this is going to be an insane next couple of races to advance into that Final Four. Nobody advances tonight as Brad Keselowski sweeps their Charlotte races in the 2016 NASCAR Xfinity Series season. But what an unbelievable race we saw here tonight. I think one of the best races we've seen all year long. And it's Brad Keselowski getting that checker flag and picking up the win. On your screen, your results in your chase grid after round 1 or race 1 of round 2. That is on your screen right now. And we'll see you tomorrow for the Bank of America 500, along with a couple of weeks from now, the NASCAR Xfinity Series from Texas, the next stop on the schedule. So we'll see you then. Until then, congrats to Brad Keselowski getting a little bit more momentum heading into tomorrow's the Spring Up Series race here from Charlotte. So we'll see you next time. Goodbye, and congrats to Brad Keselowski on yet his 4th win of the year in 2016.